Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, so in the last class, we discussed about some numericals regarding with that of the graphical representation. So before moving into that, I want to recollect once again the equations of motion, starting with the Gaia. First equation of motion.
V is equal to V0 plus 80.
V is equal to V0 plus 80. Adulya, second equation of motion.
S equal to V0 T plus half 80.
S is equal to V0 T plus half 80 square. Then the Abdul Aziz, third equation of motion. Same question to Irene. Third equation of motion. S is equal to V0 plus 80. That is our first equation. According to second equation, V is equal to V0 plus 80, first equation. Second equation, S is equal to V0 plus V0 T plus half 80 square. Then what about the third equation? Rose. Third equation of motion. Navaneet.
V square minus V0 square equal to 2as.
V square minus V0 square is equal to 2as. Okay, children. So let us continue with that of the exercise that we are discussed yesterday. So here we consider a question. Acceleration time graph of a body starts from rest is as shown figure below. So here we get an acceleration time graph. The first question is over. What is the use of acceleration time graph? From the acceleration time graph, we can calculate the instantaneous acceleration, and the area under the acceleration time graph gives velocity. So here we are doing that second one. Draw the velocity time graph using the above graph. Draw the velocity time graph using the above graph. So for that, we are considering the velocity corresponding to each second. So here the time is taken along the x-axis. Time in second along the x-axis. Acceleration in meter per second square is taken along the y-axis. And here we have 4 and here minus 4. The time is varies from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then from here it is, this is our graph. So here we are calculating the velocity corresponding to each second. Yesterday we are already find the velocity corresponding to the first 3 seconds. That is, we know that velocity can be obtained from area under the acceleration time graph. So the velocity corresponding to 1 second is given by, for that we are considering the 1 second, this shaded portion. Area is given by length into breadth. So here it is 4. 4 minus 0 is equal to 4. And the difference in time is 1 minus 0, that is equal to 1. So the velocity corresponding to 1 second is given by 4 into 1, that is equal to 4 meter per second. Similarly, velocity corresponding to 2 second is given by, how we are finding the velocity corresponding to 2 second? Find the area under this acceleration time graph corresponding to the time 2 seconds. Okay. So here the length is from 2 minus 0. Length is 2 minus 0 and the breadth is from 4 minus 0. So 2 minus 0 is equal to 2. 4 minus 0 is equal to 4. So here we have 4 into 2, that is equal to 8 meter per second. Similarly, the velocity corresponding to 3 seconds is given by, consider this region, the next area under the acceleration time graph corresponding to 3 seconds. Here the length is given by 3 minus 0. 3 minus 0 is equal to 3 and the breadth is equal to 4 minus 0, that is equal to 4. So the equation becomes 4 into 3, that is equal to 12 meter per second. Okay. So from this observation, it is very clear that the area of this portion, area of this entire portion is equal to 12 meter per second. Here we are calculating the velocity. Velocity under the acceleration time graph is nothing. It is the area under the acceleration time graph. So the area of this entire region is equal to, up to the 3 seconds, the area is equal to 12 meter per second. Now we want to find out the area corresponding to 4 seconds. Okay, but it is on the negative y-axis. Here the acceleration is negative y-axis and it is negative 4. So what about the area corresponding to this 4 seconds? Area corresponding to 4 seconds. Area corresponding to 4 seconds. Area of 4 seconds is equal to, again, the length into breadth. Here the length is same. That is here from 0 minus 4. 0 minus 4. What is 0 minus 4? Equal to minus 4. Right? And here 4 minus 3. Breadth is 4 minus 3. That is equal to 1 second. So minus 4 into 1, that is equal to minus 4. Minus 4 meter per second. Then we add that area with that of this entire area of the section from 0 to 3. So here we are going to add it. So it becomes the velocity corresponding to 4 seconds is equal to, the area up to the region 3 seconds is 12 plus area corresponding to the 4 seconds, that is equal to minus 4. So 12 minus 4. What is 12 minus 4? 8 meter per second. Similarly, we can find out the area corresponding to 5 seconds. Area corresponding to 5 seconds. Area of 5 seconds. So here we consider this portion. Shade this portion. Area corresponding to 5. The length is from 5 minus 3. Okay, 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3 into breadth. Or the breadth is from 5 minus 3 and the length is from 0 minus 4. 0 minus 4. That is equal to 2 into minus 4. That is equal to minus 8 meter per second. So this minus 8 meter per second is only corresponding to this region. We need to add with that of this entire region, that is up to 12 meter per second. So it becomes 12 plus minus 8. What is 12 plus minus 8?
4.
4 meter per second. It is 4 meter per second. Now the last one, area corresponding to 6 seconds. Here we are going to find out the area corresponding to 6 seconds. The last one. Area of that small portion, 6 seconds, is equal to the length. Length is from 0 minus 4. Here we have minus 4. So the length is 0 minus 4 into breadth. Breadth is from 6 minus 3. 6 minus 3. So that is equal to minus 4 into 3. That is equal to 12. Minus 12. Minus 12 meter per second. So that is the area of this region only. This is the area of this region only. So we need to add it along with that of the area from 0 to 3 seconds. That is on the positive axis. So it becomes 12 plus minus 12. What is 12 plus minus 12?
0.
0 meter per second. So here we consider, or here we get the values of velocity corresponding to each second. Here we obtain the velocity corresponding to each second. So that if the time is equal to 1 second, the velocity is 4 meter per second. If the time is 2 seconds, corresponding velocity is 8 meter per second. If the time is 3 seconds, corresponding velocity is 12 meter per second. What about 4 seconds? What about the velocity corresponding to 4 seconds? Velocity corresponding to 4 seconds?
8 meter.
8 meter per second. Velocity corresponding to 5 seconds?
4 meter.
4 meter. And velocity corresponding to 6 seconds? 0 meter per second. Okay. So once again, we can recollect it in a table. Velocity and the time. Velocity and the time. Starting with the 1, corresponding velocity is 4. So velocity in meter per second, time in second. So corresponding to 1 second, velocity is 4 meter per second. Corresponding to 2 seconds, velocity is 8 meter per second. Corresponding to 3, it is 12 meter per second. 4, what about the velocity corresponding to 4? 8. It is again 8 meter per second. 5, it is
4 meter.
4, and 6 second, it is 0. So here we get the velocity of the object corresponding to each second. Now, can you draw the velocity time graph? Is it possible? Now we can easily draw the velocity time graph, right? Draw the x and y axis. In a velocity time graph, where we are take the time is taken along the x-axis. Time in second is taken along the x-axis. Even though it is a velocity time graph or acceleration time graph, there will be no change in time. Time remains the same. So here the time is varies from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, what about the velocity? How the velocity is varies? Velocity is varies from 4, 8, 12, 8, 4, and 0. So we can take the velocity as, here it is 4. We can take the difference of 4, 8, 12, 16, and all. So here the velocity is taken along the y-axis. It is in meter per second. Time is taken along the x-axis and velocity is taken along the y-axis. It is a velocity time graph. Since it is a velocity time graph, time is taken along the x-axis and velocity along the y-axis. Time is varies from 0 to 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the velocity is marked as by the difference of 4. Then what about the velocity corresponding to 1 second? It is 4. Similarly, what about the velocity corresponding to 2 seconds? Velocity corresponding to 2 seconds is 8. Velocity corresponding to 3 seconds. Using the scale and pencil, you can mark it as exact point. Corresponding to 3 seconds, it is 12, right? Okay. Then velocity corresponding to 4 seconds, 4. 8. Okay. So again, seems to be decreases. Velocity corresponding to 5 seconds, it is 4. Then the last velocity corresponding to 6 seconds. What about the velocity corresponding to 6 seconds? 0. That is here. Now you try to join this dots. So here we get a graph like this, right? It is in the form of a triangle. So here from the acceleration time graph, here we draw the velocity time graph by calculating or by determining the velocity corresponding to each seconds. So this is the velocity time graph. So the second question is over. Velocity time graph. We are drawing this velocity time graph from that of the given acceleration time graph. So for that, we find the area under the acceleration time graph. Area under the acceleration time graph gives the velocity corresponding to each seconds. Now, this question has a subpart. One more sub question is here. What is that? Find the displacement. Find the displacement in the given interval of time from 0 to 3 seconds. Find the displacement in the given interval of time from 0 to 3 seconds. How we can find out the displacement? Any idea? How we can find out the displacement? Here. Yes, here we have the velocity time graph. So we can find out the displacement from a velocity time graph. We want to find out the displacement from 0 to 3 seconds. That is up to this region. We want to find out the displacement up to this region, 0 to 3 seconds. How we can calculate the displacement? Displacement is given by area under the graph. So here we only need to find out the displacement up to 3 seconds. That is up to here. Area under the velocity time graph gives displacement. Very good. So we can write the next sentence or the next sub question answer as displacement. Displacement is equal to area under the velocity time graph. Displacement is equal to area under the velocity time graph. That is equal to. So how we can find out the displacement from this velocity time graph? What about the shape of the graph? It's a triangle. Yes, so here we need to consider the area of triangle, not the rectangle. Here the shape of the graph is a triangle. So the displacement can be found out by area under the graph. Since it is a triangle, we need to use the equation for calculating the area of triangle. Okay, so here that is equal to area of triangle. You can give any name. Area of triangle. ABC or CAB, anything. Area of triangle ABC. The equation for calculating the area of triangle. half into b into h, half into base into height. That is equal to half into, what is the base here? Base. What about the base?
3 minus 0.
Yes, it is 3 minus 0. Here the base is BC, right? Base is BC into, what about the height? Height is AC, right? 12. BC into AC. Or we can write half into 3 minus 0 into 12 minus 0. Or simply we can write displacement. Displacement is equal to half into BC is 3 minus 0, that is equal to 3. Height is 12 minus 0, that is equal to 12. So here we can cut this 2 and 12 by 6. So what is left? 3 into 6. What is 3 into 6? 3 into 6.
18.
18. And what is the unit? Here we are calculating the displacement. What is the SI unit? Meter. 18 meter is the answer. So this is how we can calculate the displacement from a velocity time graph. Okay. So by the area under the graph gives displacement. Since it is a triangle, here we are using the equation for the triangle. Area of triangle half BH. So the base is represented by BC and height is by AC. So that is equal to half into 3 minus 0 into 12 minus 0. So displacement is equal to half into 3 into 12. So here the 2 and 12 is cancelled. So it becomes 3 into 6 or 6 into 3, that is equal to 18 meter. Is it clear? Okay. So now we have another question. A car is moving along straight highway with a speed of 72 km per hour, is brought to a stop within distance 100 meter. What is the retardation of the car? And the second question, how long it take for the car to stop? How long it take for the car to stop? A car is moving along a straight highway with a speed of 72 km per hour, is brought to a stop with a distance of 100 meter. What is the retardation of the car? How long? That is, how much time the car will take to stop? What are the physical quantities or the parameters are given in this question? What are the values are provided? S,
Heat.
speed. Speed means how we are representing a speed. Is there any equation for or letter for representing the speed?
Distance by time.
Okay, distance by time. Any letter is there to represent the speed? Yes. Actually, in physics, both the terms speed and velocity are used in same extent. Okay, in physics, the terms speed and velocity are used in same extent. So here by this term speed, they are indicating the velocity of the car. Okay, so a car is moving along a straight highway because here the direction is specified. The car is moving along a straight line in a the car is moving along a straight highway with a velocity, with a speed of 72 kilometer per hour. Okay, so here it is the velocity. So what type of velocity is given here? We have two types of velocity, initial velocity and final velocity. What is the nature of velocity given here? Any idea?
Initial.
Yes, very good. It is initial velocity because from this question itself you can find it. A car is moving along a straight highway with a velocity of, so it is moving with an initial velocity of 72 kilometer per hour, is brought to a stop. That is, the car seems to be decreases its velocity. So the initial velocity, how we are representing the initial velocity? Which letter is used to represent the initial velocity? Is it V?
U.
Nu or nu zero. Nu zero is equal to. That is what is we are used to represent the initial velocity. Nu zero is equal to 72 kilometer per hour. What is the final velocity? Can you identify? Yes? Zero. Final velocity becomes zero. That is nu is equal to zero or v is equal to zero. The final velocity v is equal to zero. So the initial velocity nu zero is equal to 72 kilometer per hour. And here the car seems to be stopped. It is brought to a stop, which implies its final velocity v becomes equal to zero. Then, is there any other values are provided here?
Distance.
Distance. How we are representing the distance? Which letter is used to represent the distance? Distance means the position, students. Distance. It is represented by S. S is equal to 100 meter. So here we get the values of nu zero, V and S. S is the distance, V is the final velocity, and nu zero is the initial velocity. The initial velocity is given by 72 kilometer per hour, and final velocity V is equal to 0, and the distance covered by the object S is equal to 100 meter, right? But we know that the SI unit of a velocity is meter per second. But here the velocity is given in terms of kilometer per hour. It is given in terms of kilometer per hour. So the first step, you must convert it into a standard unit. So in physics, you already studied some SI unit. So if it is given in centimeter, you must convert it into meter. If it is given in millimeter, you must convert it into meter because it is the standard unit of length. Similarly, here the initial velocity nu zero is given by 72 kilometer per hour. So you must convert this kilometer per hour into meter per second. How we can convert this kilometer per hour into meter per second? 1 kilometer is equal to how many meters? 1000, right? 1000 meters. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. So here we have 72 into 1000 divided by 60 into 60. Why it is multiplied with 60 into 60? Hour into second, 60 minute into 60 seconds. So it is 72,000 divided by 60 into 60, 3,600. So here we can cut these two zeros. So it becomes 720 divided by 36. What is 720 by 36? 20. And what is the SI unit? Now, here we are finding the velocity, initial velocity, conversion of initial
second.
velocity. Yes, from kilometer per hour to meter per second. So it is 20 meter per second. So our initial velocity nu zero is equal to 72 kilometer per hour. That is equal to 20 meter per second. Okay. So whenever you get a question, you must observe whether the quantities or the units are given in terms of SI unit. If it is not given in terms of SI unit, the first and foremost step that you want to solve it, you must convert it into in terms of SI unit. So here the initial velocity is provided in terms of kilometer per hour. So you must convert them into the terms of SI unit. That is, we are converted in terms of meter per second. So the nu zero initial velocity becomes 20 meter per second. So that is what is not our question. What about our question? What is the retardation of the car? What do you mean by retardation?
Negative acceleration.
Exactly. Retardation means nothing. It is the acceleration itself, but it is the negative acceleration. The retardation is also known as deceleration. It is the negative acceleration. So here we want to find out the negative acceleration, that is the acceleration. So now can you form an equation that is connecting all these terms? Nu zero, V, S and A. Is there any equation that is relating this
Yes,
initial? Oh,
S is equal to mu 0 plus
Oh. Does the time provided here? Unfortunately, the time is not given. So what we do?
2a
Yes, here we have two equations are there. One equation connecting is S is equal to nu zero t. S is equal to nu zero t plus half at square. Or we have 2as. 2as is equal to nu zero square plus nu square, right? Nu square is equal to nu zero square plus 2as, right? This. Okay. But unfortunately, we cannot use this equation because here the time is s. Yes.
0 square minus v square.
Nu zero square minus v square, right? Not minus. V square is equal to nu zero square minus 2as. Okay. So this is our third equation. We have second equation of motion and third equation of motion. But here we cannot use the second equation because the time is not provided here. So here we are going S.
Plus 2s.
Yes. V is equal to, V square is equal to U square plus 2as. What is our third equation of motion, students?
2a is equal to v square minus mu 0 square.
2as is equal to V square minus nu zero square. This is our third equation of motion. Okay. So here we are going to use our third equation of motion. Here we are going to use the third equation of motion. 2as is equal to V square minus nu zero square. So according to third equation, we have 2as is equal to nu v square minus nu zero square. Again, here we want to find out acceleration. So rearrange this equation. Acceleration is equal to v square minus nu zero square. Then
By 2.
by 2s. By 2s. Substitute all the values. A is equal to v square minus nu zero square divided by 2as. Now we can substitute all the values to this equation. That is the acceleration. A is equal to, what is our V? Final velocity? 0. 0 square minus initial velocity?
20 square.
20 square divided by 2 into distance, that is 100. So it becomes 0 minus 20 square. What is 20 square?
400.
400 divided by 2 into 100, 200. So here we have minus 4 by 2. What is minus 4 by 2?
Minus
Minus 2. Unit? SI unit?
meter per second square.
Meter per second square. So here we get an acceleration in terms of a negative sign. So that is what is the retardation of the car. The retardation of the car is equal to minus 2 meter per second square. We already studied in our previous class. If we get an acceleration with a negative sign, it indicates a negative acceleration, or it is also known as retardation, or we can call it as deceleration. So the retardation of the car is equal to minus 2 meter per second square. Is it clear? Is there any doubt regarding with this question?
Ma'am,
Yes.
when we say retardation, can't we just write 2 meter per second square?
No, retardation means negative acceleration. That is why we are find it as minus 2. What is your doubt? It's not clear to me.
And when it is retardation, we can just write 2 meter per second square because we already know it's decreasing.
Yes, you can, but I think it is good to specify it along with this negative sign. That is right. You must put or represent it in terms of negative 2. Then the next question, how long it take for the car to stop? How long it take for the car to stop? That is, what about the time taken by the car to stop? Or how much time will be taken by the car to stop? So here we get the final velocity v is equal to 20 meter per second. Initial velocity nu zero is equal, initial velocity nu zero is equal to 20 meter per second. Final velocity v is equal to 0. And here now the acceleration a is equal to, it is retardation, it is negative 2. Then what about the time taken by the car? On S is equal to 100 meter. What is the time taken by the car to stop? Which equation is used to find out the time taken? Which is a simple equation you
Okay.
can use. S, which equation of motion?
E is equal to u plus a.
Yes, here we can use v is equal to u plus at. Either can we use v is equal to nu 0 plus at, or s is equal to nu 0 t plus half at square. But I think it is better to choose the first equation of motion. We can directly substitute all the values, and here we need to substitute the distance value, and it becomes needed to rearrangement and all. So here we can use the first equation of motion. So by first equation of motion, we have v is equal to mu 0 plus at. Or we can write v minus mu 0 is equal to at, or v minus mu 0 divided by a is equal to time t. So here we form an equation for calculating the time taken by the car to stop. V minus mu 0 is equal divided by a equal to time t. Now we can substitute all the values. What is our final velocity? V minus mu 0 divided by a is equal to t. Final velocity?
20.
Final velocity. Final velocity. Final velocity is 0. Minus initial velocity? 20 divided by acceleration. Here we have a negative acceleration. What is that?
Minus.
Minus 2. That is equal to t. We know that 0 minus 20 is equal to minus 20 divided by negative acceleration, that is minus 2. That is equal to t. So this minus and this minus cancels. So we have t is equal to 20 by 2. What is 20 by 2?
1 second.
20 by 2 is equal to 10 seconds. So the car will take 10 seconds to stop. So whenever you get a question, you try to understand the parameters or physical quantities that are already provided in the question, then connect or correlate it with that of the equations of motion. We have three equations of motion. V is equal to nu 0 plus at, S is equal to nu 0 t plus half at square, and V minus V square minus nu 0 square is equal to 2as. So correlate the physical quantities provided in this question with that of the equations of motion, so you can easily find out the answers. We have one more question. Try to copy down this question. We can solve it in our next class. The position of an object moving along an x-axis is given by x of t is equal to 2t cube plus 3t plus 5. What is the average velocity for the time interval from t is equal to 1 second to t is equal to 3 seconds? Second sub-question, calculate the instantaneous velocity. Third sub-question, calculate the average acceleration. And the fourth sub-question, calculate the instantaneous acceleration. This is a long answer question of 5 marks from this chapter, motion in a straight line. The position of an object moving along an x-axis is given by x of t is equal to 2t cube plus 3t plus 5. What is the average velocity? Calculate the instantaneous velocity, calculate the average acceleration, and calculate the instantaneous acceleration. Is it over? I think it's the time we can discuss the same question in our next class.